Hey there! It's been already 8 months since I uploaded my first and only video in this channel that I created. And basically, I started this channel to share my journey while in the hacking, but then something I have is lack of consistency. So I am trying to fix that, and in order to do it, I'm starting my 100 days challenge to upload 100 videos sharing my journey. During those days, I plan on sharing anything I do so that you can see my ups and downs and where I try to put my efforts, and if anything works, then you'll see the process. Basically, I want to start this by sharing my latest project that I created during these 8 months, because actually during that time I've been trying several things, none of them actually worked, so it's kind of nothing has happened. But basically, the last one that I tried several weeks ago was creating a daily game, kind of the Wordle games topic that was created a few years ago, but just twisting it a bit. And here I present you with the game. Basically, it's a web game where every day you have to play some puzzle, a simple one, and you need to just keep playing it. I'll show you the tutorial so that you can get an idea of what the game is about. Here it says that the game needs to be played once a day, so every day there is a new scrambled word or phrase for you to solve, and it changes every day at 12 o'clock and midnight. Then you need to sort the letters. Basically, the letters are completely scrambled, and your goal is to arrange them correctly to form the word or phrase. They are words that make sense in both English and Spanish. Then you need to swap wisely. When you tap a letter and then another, you swap their places, and you need to try to solve it with the minimum number of moves. Also, there's some visual aid. When a letter is in the correct place, it's marked in green, and you can use this as a clue to keep sorting. Also, there's an optional hint. If you are stuck, you can tap the hint button to see the words category, but be careful, it will be marked as if the hint has been used. And finally, you need to keep your streak, so try to keep your daily streak of solved words and challenge your friends to solve it in fewer moves. So when you play, here you have the game. The game is responsive, so it can be played both in desktop or in mobile. And basically, there is some word. Here you have the counter of moves, a category that it's locked, so you could unlock it if you need it, and then you need to try to solve the word and reorder it to achieve the proper word. In this case, I already know the word, so when you swap a piece and the piece is in its correct position, it turns green. So if I try to complete the word, you'll see that, okay, you have solved today's challenge, and the next word is in 10 hours. Then you have done it in 5 moves. So if I share my result, there is a copied text that basically says that this is the reordle from today, that you've done 5 moves, there are 0 hints, and here is the length of the word, plus a link to the actual website so that you can play it. Basically, this is what I did like 1 month ago, more or less, when I was on vacation from my 9 to 5. And then, as soon as I published, I tried to share it with several content creators that played those daily games or puzzle games. And I reached around 10 of them, and just 2 of them answered. One of them was to tell me that, okay, everything was great and that she liked it. The other one had a bit more of feedback that I just captured here from his email. Basically, he gave me feedback about 2 different parts, about the tutorial screens and about the game itself. For the tutorial screens, he mentions one specific sentence that says your goal is to arrange them correctly to form the word or phrase. They are words that make sense in both English and Spanish. And he says that he was very confused by this when he read it. So is the game in English, Spanish, or both at once? Basically, this was something that actually I struggled with, because I want to make a game that can work in both languages, since they are 2 languages that have quite a community. but I didn't know how to make the same game but that worked with both of them. So if I have different words and you want to maintain a daily streak, how would this work? If I complete the English word, can I still answer the Spanish word? Or do they have different streaks? So do I have a language streak? Or if I just answer the Spanish word today, I have the today's word complete and then tomorrow I can answer it in English. So that would confuse a bit, and I was not sure how to do it, and I tried to work with words that would make sense in both languages so that this way there was only one word to solve. However, I didn't like it at all, and I see that the first feedback tells me the same, so I think it's something that needs to be fixed. Then also says that the game itself was ever so slightly visible behind the tutorial, and it made me think that it was part of the tutorial. So this is something that basically, if we go back here and we see the tutorial, we can see that there's some transparency that you can see the actual screen behind. So this is something that maybe was confusing him too. Then about the game, he was telling me about the category, that there's a button saying unlock, but he thought that the category was unlocked for most of the game, so didn't realize that it was a button but would reveal the category. So it's unclear whether this costs something, so he didn't try. This is something that the wording itself I didn't like. I tried with several options. I ended up choosing unlock. Maybe it's not the right one. I'll need to think about a new word with this. And also he tells me that there are some other games such as Waffle or some other tile swap games, but since it's only one word, it makes it a bit one-dimensional. The pun intended, it's because the Waffle is two kind of a grid, so there are 2 dimensions. And he supposes it's a quick game to practice anagrams, but he doesn't really see himself playing this daily, so needs something extra to make it interesting and unique. Basically, with that in mind, I'm planning on fixing those things. For sure, the first thing, it's quite easy of just removing the transparency in the background. This is not something that it would take me a lot of time. Then I'm thinking of what to do for the Spanish and English topic. I guess the best solution for me would be to have the 2 words, n words, one for each language, and then you have streak based on your language. So if you have done 3 words in English and 0 in Spanish, you will have a 3 streak in English and 0 streak in Spanish. And you could play other languages too. I guess that when you do that, and here you go to your stats, that it says, hey, you have 1 played games, 1 wins. Here we should somehow tell, hey, these stats are specific for English, you can also play with Spanish. And also when you have the word solved, maybe I would need to change this text to say, you have solved today's challenge in this language. You can also, apart from sharing your result, try with other languages here. So this way you can play in whichever language you have, but also having it more clear. And this would also help me with the words, because something I've been facing quite an issue is on finding words that make sense both in Spanish and English. I ended up choosing mostly brands or name of places or whatever, but I would like to use more proper words. So my next step for this would be to create that. I'm not gonna share how I do it in this video. Then I guess that today I won't actually do it. I will do it tomorrow, and I'll record the video while doing it. Also worth mentioning that during this series, I'm not planning on editing anything, because actually this is the thing that brought me back of actually publishing videos. When I had recorded most of them and I had to edit them was when I just didn't have enough energy to do it. So I'll just record where I'll do it and then publish my progress here. So if you watched this, thank you, and let's see you tomorrow.